So that gives me like a broader perspective as to if I want to take that course in college, like in post-secondary, and like what it is and what it offers. And so I actually got accepted into Olds College, where I'm going to be taking that same course.
And it just gives you that in-depth of how the professionals would do it. And it helps greatly for what I'm planning on doing, and it's just a great thing to tie into the field and kind of open my eyes, to say the least, of the different types and all the different kinds of jobs it can lead to.
I want to work on bulldozers, excavators, all that stuff, and welding is a very big part of that. And I figured, okay, well, it's kind of a three-way win, because you get credits in high school, credits towards college, and it's one less course I have to take when I get to college.
To have something every week that he looked forward to and that he was naturally gifted at was a huge, huge confidence booster.
I think for Carter, it allows him to see if this really is the career that he wants to do before he goes and spends all his money on this as a career and finds out that it wasn't the right thing for him.
So for my kids, it actually both took them in two different directions. So Cassidy took the healthcare aid course. She decided she went to work in the industry, really liked the healthcare industry, and is now taking her nursing degree at Red Deer College. Denton took the welding program. He decided that maybe welding really wasn't what he wanted to do, and so now he's taking the Farrier course in Olds next year.
In a sense, it kind of helps you manage your time, because with that, the welding course that we took, we had to plan with our teachers, because every Friday we were gone, so we had to plan accordingly to that to help manage our time. And then with this next course, if everything goes through, then I have to plan accordingly to that, how I'm going to get there, what I'm going to do with it, but it's all in knowing what to sacrifice for the greater good of it.
It's really given him hope for his future.
It's helping me learn welding and stuff like that, and then I'm doing the mechanics course next. So at least I'll have some experience going on to whatever I do next.
Like we said, it gives kids an opportunity to get a taste, get their feet wet, see what their interests might be. I would really like to see an expansion. This is something that I think Amber might even be interested next year in, if there's some courses that she could take.
His demeanor is a lot more hopeful. When I ask him, do you think you'll go into welding in college and apply to the trades? And yeah, we'll see. He's not saying there is no way in the world I would ever do anything like that. The fact that he's open to going on to college is huge. With the welding, he just carried himself a little higher. You could see that sense of pride when they would compare the marks that were listed after an assignment was due in welding, and it was Liam's. And he said very little, but when they realized it was him, a huge smile beamed across his face.
Highly recommend it. Like, it opened my eyes, and I know a lot of the other guys that went welding with us, it opened a lot of their eyes too. One of the guys from that started working at Ford in the mechanics room just to follow it up, because he loved it that much. He didn't think he'd love it.
That gave me the push I needed to start applying to colleges and start exploring into courses I want to take, because I didn't even know that I like travel and tourism. Now I have a career path.
I think he's done really well. He's gotten a job that leads into this. He goes to work in the morning before coming here in the afternoon.
I work as a mechanic, or at a mechanic shop. So I say I help with oil changes, tire changes, brakes, finding parts, taking parts off, putting parts on, stuff like that.
It really is kind of a dying art, I guess you could say, because everyone wants to, if you notice, everyone's into the technology and everything now, I've noticed.
Having the kids, especially in high school, so grade 10 to 12, have exposure to a real life, either working experience or college experience, without having to make that commitment post high school, is really, really helpful for them to define their future career goals.